All right, y'all. So LeBron James confronted Stephen A. Smith Thursday night in LA during the game when they played the Knicks, mainly because Stephen A. Smith was talking wild about his son Bronny James, who is, in fact, in the G League. He's not in the NBA. He spends most of his time in the G League, and he only plays a certain amount of games in the NBA and is mainly in garbage time. He doesn't start. He doesn't play heavy minutes. So I think people lose that in translation when people are like, oh, Bronny James is an NBA prospect. He's an NBA player. He spends most of his time in the G League, like many pundits and supposed experts say he should. So get that fact straight before y'all go talking shit like this guy. Now, for those who don't know Stephen A's body of work, he basically got famous. The only reason he has a fucking career, aside from going to HBCU, which makes him think he's better than everybody, is because he talks the utmost shit about everybody on the planet. And by everybody, I just mean athletes, not random people or other people outside of the sports world, but you get the idea. And the thing I hate about him the most is he will disrespect the absolute fuck out of somebody and then be like, but I got a lot of love for him. They're my brother. They're my sister. And then say they're trash. Then say they're garbage. Then say they should never step foot on an NBA court, football field, tennis court. You get the idea. Like, dude, pick a side. You're either going to be that guy or you're not. Stephen A just dropped an episode of his podcast talking about this entire saga, and he was like, well, I wasn't talking about your son. I was talking about you and how you're putting this pressure on him to be in the NBA and to be this so-called star player. When has he ever had that hype behind him? Everyone knew Bronny coming out of college was not ready for the NBA. I'm a diehard LeBron fan. I'm a diehard Bronny fan. I knew he wasn't ready for the NBA. And like I mentioned earlier, he is spending most of his time in the G League, you fucking idiot. So how can you be like, oh, well, he's in the NBA, he's stinking it up? Bro, it's garbage time minutes. What happens in garbage time minutes doesn't have any impact on the game whatsoever. How do you think Dak Prescott throws for 300 yards? That's because it's garbage time minutes. I thought you were smarter than that. Then this Muppet has the audacity to say, oh, well, LeBron James' agent, Rich Paul, has my number. He could have contacted me. Maverick Carter, another one of LeBron James' friend and agent, he could have contacted me. We could have talked about it man to man, privately. Bro, he confronted you man to man in front of thousands of people at Crypto.com Arena. That's not man to man. Or maybe because it was Michael Jordan, it would have been man-to-man. But no, because it's LeBron James and he did that to you, it wasn't considered man-to-man. That just shows how much of a charlatan he is. That just shows how much of a coward he is, because now he's going out playing the victim, being like, oh, well, if it was man-to-man, he should have called me. He should have called me. Bro, keep that same energy. You saw him. You have all this to say behind the microphone, but when he confronts you, you can't say what you're wanting to say? Like, come on, bro. People need to call him out more for this bullshit because it's fucking exhausting. I'm sure Stephen A. Smith is a great guy. I'm sure he donates to cancer. I'm sure he helps orphans. I'm sure he helps lost puppies. I'm sure he's trying to cure cancer. But this was an ultimate bitch move on his part. Stop trying to play victim when you spewed your opinion out there on First Take in front of millions and millions of people. Then want to handle it in private? Nah, dude. Nah. You either handle it privately and talk privately, or you get humiliated in public like you just did. If you want the full video, go to my link in my bio, hit the follow button for more.